ready to make our next moon dough recipe. So this moon dough is going to be really soft and silky, and it's going to smell delicious. I do want to point out that neither of these recipes are edible, but especially this one needs to stay far away from little mouths. This one has just 3 ingredients: cornstarch, our trusty food coloring, I'm going to go with hot pink this time, and our secret ingredient, hair conditioner. I love that this uses hair conditioner because I don't know about you, but I always have a ton of old conditioner lying around, and this particular one had about a ½ an inch of dust sitting on top of it, so I'm very happy to be able to use it and not have to just throw it out or leave it on the shelf collecting more dust. I definitely recommend wearing gloves for this one because, like the last one, it does have food coloring and it is going to be very sticky before it starts coming together. So I'm going to go ahead and put my gloves on right now. All right, our first step is to put our starch in a bowl. Woo. All right. Woo. I made a mess, but if you're not making a mess, you're not having fun, right? All right, our next step is to pour our conditioner into a measuring cup. And then you're going to add your food coloring until it is your desired color. I learned from my mistake last time, and I'm going to use a stiffer spatula. I'm getting kind of a polka dot consistency with my food color in my food coloring, so I'm going to go ahead and try to incorporate it with the cornstarch in the next step. So our next step is to combine the conditioner and the cornstarch in a bowl until it starts coming together. Again, I'm going to add it little by little to incorporate it evenly. Whoa! Cornstarch is a weird thing. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 drops, see what happens. I would recommend using a deeper bowl so that you don't have the splatter like I'm having here with your cornstarch. I'm not really seeing any color come through, but I'm honestly not super worried about that because this one is really more about the texture and the tactile sensation. So I'm just gonna set that aside. All right, once your dough starts to come together like so, go ahead and flip it onto your counter and mix it together until it is the consistency you want. You want to make sure that all the cornstarch is worked in, and in my case, make sure that all the little bubbles of food coloring have popped. Based on my experience today with the food coloring, I wouldn't recommend using it with this particular recipe just because I can't guarantee that it is going to be color safe after you make it. You might try a colored conditioner if you're really aching for the color, or maybe experiment with a food colored gel. Oops. You're going to be really glad that you have gloves on at this point because it is very sticky. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more cornstarch because it doesn't seem to be coming together quite as quickly as I want it to. So I'm going to see how that works. You know, we're making dough. It's not an exact science. It's about the process. It's about the fun. And I kind of feel like a mad scientist. Oh, my cat agrees. And it's important to remember when you're doing projects like this with your kids that it doesn't, allow space to make some mess and to make mistakes. It's really not about making something perfect or keeping it contained. It's about working together and having that time together where you're figuring it out at the same time and experimenting. And personally, I think that it's important for kids to see you in that vulnerable position of not knowing exactly what to do, because it gives them permission to be vulnerable as well in different ways. All right, we're starting to come together a little bit more. This is taking some time, but you know, even though I don't have a kid around with me, I'm really enjoying just kind of working with it. It's pretty therapeutic. And when you are doing this project with your kids, the important part is that you're spending time together and you're working on something together. You're working towards a common goal, and you're just taking that time out of your day to focus on just your kid. I would say when you make this at home, add your conditioner in a little bit at a time after you get the initial dough formed, because I'm thinking that conditioners are all different, and this recipe calls for just conditioner, so you don't really know what you're getting, and I don't know what you have in your house. So just take it a little bit at a time. This is definitely coming together a lot more. As you can see, it's not sticking to my counter quite as much. It's not sticking to my hands quite as much. I'm going to keep working on it because I do want a more solid consistency, but it's up to you. And like I said, I think that it's not coming together quite as much because of the conditioner that I use. So I recommend adding that conditioner in a little bit at a time once the dough starts to form. And feel free to always add more cornstarch. It's your dough, it's your play day. Do what you gotta do. Now this dough will last about a week in plastic bags or jars, but you can always add more conditioner to it if it starts to dry out, which I love. You can see it's barely sticking to my counter now. Thank you so much for watching today. And if you want another way to work together with your kids, check out Kids Obstacle Challenge. You'll be glad you did. Thank you.